Okay, in this project, we're going to create a flyer or poster for our clean energy project. This is going to be a graphic, so let's hit the plus button in Adobe Spark and let's come over here. I like to start from scratch. So I'm going to go to graphic in the upper right hand corner and I'm going to start from scratch. Now I know I want to print this out, so I'm going to go to the print section and I know I want to print it on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper because that's what our color printer in my classroom works with. So let's choose letter and hit next. Now you can start by selecting pictures, or if you already have your own, you can work with those. So we're going to go ahead and hit skip because I already have my own photos. Now in my case, I kind of know what I want the layout to look like. So let's go to the layout button first. So over here you have all these different options, and let me go ahead and click off of that. So when you don't have your object selected, we have everything we can add. We've got design, color, layout, and resize. So in the first one, I want to just lay it out. So I'm going to start looking through my options here, and I am looking for a 2-column layout with 4. So there's 3, 2 columns with 3, and I want a 2-column with 4. There it is. 2 columns with 4 rows. So there it is. That's what I was looking for. And I'm going to just grab this text and we're going to throw it up here. We're going to call it Clean Energy. Clean Energy, just like we did for our other projects. So I'm going to go ahead and stretch this out along the top, but I want a single row. There we go. Now, first of all, you can see we've got a very colorful color scheme going on here. And so if you want to change that, go over here to your colors and you've got all these different color schemes. And you can see if I click on a color scheme, it just changes all of these. So I'm going to try to find one that I think kind of fits that clean energy. Greens and blues are exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so up on top here, I'm going to go ahead and hit delete. I want this first column just to span all the way across, so I'm going to delete that. And now I have just a single column up here, and I'm going to fit it to the title. There we go. So that's looking good. And now I'm going to start dropping in some photographs to match what my theme is. So I'm going to hit add photos, and you can either search for photos or you can upload them. Now I've already uploaded them just so that I know exactly what I wanted. Here we go. So this first one is going to be wind, and it'll upload that photograph. I think, let's try that again. There we go. You can resize this to make it fit. I'm just going to keep it right there in the middle. So you get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of these. You can drag and drop if it goes into the wrong one. Go down here and select it. Add another photo. Now, when you want to add text, it's real easy. Just go ahead and hit the add button, add text. I personally prefer to just copy and paste. I've already done my notes on clean energy, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this and copy the wind power information that I've taken in my notes. I'm going to come here and paste, hit done, and that'll drop my text in there. Notice it's already formatted it in a way that's going to kind of stand out against that background, which is kind of nice. You can justify it, so I'm going to left justify it, bring it in here a little so it's not quite so close to that edge, and you can make all sorts of changes. So let's say I don't like the look of that. I'm going to go to here to style and just start scrolling through this, see if I can find something that I like a little bit better. If you change this and you don't like it, there's always an undo button, which is super handy. You can just go back through these until you get back to the one you had at the beginning. There it is. And here's a relatively new feature. That's not what I wanted. Okay. You can, if you go to your type, you can have a secondary style. So if I go to the secondary style, I'm going to scroll this or move this secondary style over so it encompasses both of those. And then with that selected, oh my goodness, there we go. There we go. I can change the font. Maybe make this a little bit different here. There we are. And that way that font will, or those words will stand out a little bit more. You could also, another technique that I often do is I will double click on this, get rid of this title here, bring this down, and just add another text box. So let's say I want to have wind power stand out. Okay, you get the idea. I'm going to nudge that up with the arrows on my keyboard, and I'm going to change that font to something a little bit different, something that kind of stands out. It's maybe a nice slab serif there, and maybe change the colors. There we go. Okay, so you get the idea. So I would then add my text down here for the next one, the solar power, and finally end up adding the hydropower. When you're done with this, how do you get it out? First of all, I highly recommend coming over here and giving it a name. So I'll call this Clean Energy Tutorial. And then to get it out of Adobe Spark Post and turn it in or print it out, you want to come over here to download. And there are three options. PNG and JPEG would be nice ones if you're going to embed it into a presentation. But if you're going to print it, I suggest the PDF. Go ahead and hit the Start Download. It's going to download it for you onto your Downloads folder. You can then open it up and print it in Acrobat or upload it to whatever LMS your teacher is using, like Google Classroom, Schoology, and Canvas, something like that. And you've got your project turned in. So very simple and easy way. The cool thing about Adobe Spark Post is you could do this on your phone, your iPad, your Chromebook, your desktop. It's a web-based tool, so you can do it from anywhere. Get it started at school and finish it off at home.